No, Mercury did not make you late for work. You did. Hey guys, it's John sitting here in the studio with my fabulous mug of John's Joe. Hope you are doing well wherever you are. You know, I often run into the people talking about Mercury retrograde messing their life up. They talk to me about this idea that Mercury being in retrograde is the thing that damages their life and makes things hard or difficult. You know, getting stuck in traffic and they'll go, oh yeah, I forgot Mercury's in retrograde, or, you know, they'll drop an egg in the kitchen. Oh my God, Mercury must be in retrograde. And the thing is that astrology can be an interesting thing, but it shouldn't remove personal responsibility, especially because that's not at all what Jeshua taught. He never told you to look to the stars for a predicted or predestined future. He said, the kingdom of heaven is within you and the power is yours to create. It's your faith that heals you. Planets don't control your choices. You do. And Jeshua was teaching the idea that all the responsibility of your creation is your own. In popular culture, people often talk about Mercury being in retrograde and how that affects them physically or even in the events of the world. But when the planets are moving in different directions, how does that affect you personally? It only affects you as much as you choose to believe it affects you. They blame tech failures or travel issues on where the planets are in the sky. And this gets used frequently as a scapegoat. Things don't go as you planned. The problem with blaming the cosmos or the positions of the planets or stars comes down to one interesting thing. Is you have your own choices. Now, even the concept of blame means something happened that you didn't like. Now, 9 times out of 10, the idea of something is out of my control that's controlling my destiny is literally the get out of jail free card. Oh, this crap happened because Mercury is in retrograde. The reality of it is that your world is a product of your belief. And, you know, all of the spiritual texts of old say that. You know, there's a difference between astrology and astronomy. In astronomy, they look at the places of the stars, they see where they are, and they're viewing the cosmos. You know, astrology is about saying that there's meaning behind those positions. And when you look at those meanings as something that is outside of you, that is predestined, or then you're literally giving up your power to a belief system. You're giving up your power to really a new age ideology. Jeshua taught that your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, your deeds were the creative power of the universe. And to take your words, thoughts, and beliefs and give power to something outside of yourself that is dictating your life experience literally disempowers you. You're giving your power away to planetary movements. This kind of mindset actually encourages victimhood instead of growth. It's literally saying, oh, there's a reason why my life is crap. And then you throw blame on, I'm the victim of Mercury being in retrograde. You can look at astrology and have it be a concept of reflection. So because this is happening and this is what astrology says that means. And you can go, oh, do I believe that or not? It's not something that you are forced into. You know, it's funny. I've met a lot of amazingly spiritual people. There's not been one that's been perfect. And astrology is not perfect. I had one lady who was very specific about certain aspects of my future. One of them came to pass. One of them was working in the corporate environment, bringing spirituality to the corporations. The other one was that she said, oh, you're going to be good friends and work with Kenny Loggins. She was a big fan of Kenny Loggins, and in her mind, her whole thing was Kenny Loggins, and it bled into her reading, right? Astrology is insidious in the fact that people have given it specific meanings. There is no space for fallacy. There is no space for it to be wrong. This is just what it is, which takes all the power out of your hands. Use astrology. Okay, so this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. But the second you give it the power to say it has all the power over my life, then you're literally throwing your ability to create away. And Jeshua said, "You're a creator. Ye are gods. Gods don't need to know where the planets are positioned to have a understanding of their fated future." And now a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com. And instead of saying Mercury made me forget, say I forgot. So let's set better reminders. Let's say Mercury. My mind's not clear because my mind is not clear is a present moment belief, and that present moment belief will give you an unclear mind. And then the idea of Mercury being in retrograde is just the justification for not having a clear mind that you believe you have. And in reality, it's the belief that you have a not clear mind this morning is the thing that's stopping you from moving forward. The interesting thing about a not clear mind in general is that a not clear mind is always a product of fear. And the reason it's a product of fear is because when you are having that fear response and you're holding that air in, your body goes into survival mode, which shuts off your mind. Take back the responsibility of being the present moment creator of your experience. What you believe about the now will be what happens next, no matter where the planets are. There is nothing in this physical universe that's dictating what you will become. There's nothing in this physical universe that is telling you that you're predestined. And the reason this is true is because the universe itself is a reflection of belief. All of the ancient spiritual teachers say that. What you think you become, you create your world. Thought by thought, you forge your destiny. As a man thinketh, so is he. There's nothing good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. All of those are saying that your thoughts are creating the experience. Well, if your thoughts are creating the experience, the stars aren't creating your experience. The concept of this modern version of astrology takes you away and disempowers you from creating the life of your desires. Recognize you have these habits or lack of preparation, and that plays a real role. When you believe that you're destined to do something, you will prepare for yourself for that thing. And if somebody says that your astrological chart says, you're going to be lacking, you prepare yourself for lacking. So, that's what plays the real role. Your present moment belief is creating the experience. And astrology, like any other external dogma, is about taking the power from you and putting it in the dogma itself. Every day, choose what you're creating. Don't look at the paper, the astrological reading in the paper or on your chart for a prediction. The future will be exactly what you believe it to be. And if you believe that the astrological chart says that today's going to suck because Mercury is in retrograde, you're going to have a sucky day. That's the rub. That's the thing that's holding you back, is you're putting power outside of yourself for your own destiny. Take ownership of every choice. The planets may influence the tides, but you control your ship. Have you found yourself blaming Mercury for something that you actually have control over? Have you found yourself looking for something that's an external force that dictates what your life is rather than claiming your life creation and dive into your personal divinity? There is no need for anything outside of you because the kingdom of heaven is within you. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.